Hello my lovelies and welcome back. I'm Elle and today we're going to be setting up my February theme for 2020. So without further ado, let's get started. I can't believe it's February already. January has simply flown by and I'm really excited for the days to start getting a little bit longer and a little bit lighter. Fingers crossed at least. For me, the first signs of spring are always the flowers that begin to appear at this time of year. Snowdrops can push through the snow, but you really know spring's on the way when the crocuses are out, so that was the inspiration for this month's spread. February can be a bit of a dreary month with the rain and the dark nights and everything, so I like to try and find these little reminders that spring is on the way at this time in the year. I'm using my regular brush tip pens here as well as my Anyuke metallic markers to add a little shimmer to the page. The snowdrops themselves are really simple to draw. They have 3 petals and then the little bit inside, which I guess is where the pollen is. They often have little touches of green against the white too, and I hummed and hawed for ages about whether to put those in or not. In the end, I added it in using a green pencil crown, and I'm actually really glad I did. On my opposite page, I am finishing up with a quotes page, which reads, "If winter comes, can spring be far behind?" Which I thought, again, it's a really nice sentiment. We're on the way out of winter, heading into spring. It's in sight, we can make it. Then I added in a little doodle of some crocuses at the top and coloured those in as well. Moving on to my monthly overview for February, I'm just sketching out the grid calendar for this. Each of my boxes are 3.5 centimeters squared, which is a little bigger than I often use, because February always seems to be a month where there just seems to be a lot going on. I don't know if that's just me, but let me know if that's how February seems to you too. Because I wanted the grid size to be larger than normal, I didn't have a huge amount of room left for drawing, so I added a really simple little doodle of the flowers down in the bottom left, and added in a small notes box at the top. I have this really gorgeous washi tape as well with these little white flowers against this bright blue sky, and it felt so spring-like that I just had to add it in. Then I also used 2 slightly thinner washi tapes as the accent. Now it's time for me to move on to my trackers. So I started out by sketching out each of the little calendar boxes for my habit trackers. Sometimes I add in all the dates as well, but it honestly takes so long. I mostly just measure out the right shapes and try my best to check the right days. I've added in the things I want to track, such as drinking 2 litres of water each day and making sure I'm going to the gym, etc. And I added in a little highlight in this lovely soft green I have and this brighter rose pink as well. I debated how I wanted to do my mood tracker for quite some time when I decided to do this theme. At first I thought I might draw out 29 snowdrops and crocuses to shade in, but I didn't think it would work quite well with the colour scheme and all that, so I decided to go for a very minimalist and simple mood tracker which looks like a line graph. I can add in a little dot for how I'm feeling each day, then at the end I can join up all the dots and track how my month went. I think it's a really nice straightforward visual because even though there will be days when I'm feeling a bit down, you can see that the next days do improve as well. You can also see that I make kind of a stupid mistake here with my stamps when I went in and wrote tracker. So I ended up putting in a second T for some crazy reason because I've forgotten how to spell. So I ended up going back in with a white paint pen and just covering it up and then re-stamping it later. And then finally I added in another little doodle at the left of the page, and I will link all of the different stationery that I'm using downstairs in the description box. This next spread is my scrapbook page, or I guess my brain dump spread. Basically it's a space for me to jot down anything I particularly want to remember, or stick in tickets if I've been anywhere or done anything. I've always been one of those people who really wants to keep a diary but just can't stick to it, so I find this is a really good halfway house. I can scribble down an entry if there's been a special day, but I don't feel bad if I don't write in it all that much either. And moving on to the final spread of this February setup, which is of course my first weekly spread. It's a very simple layout with a column down either side of the daily boxes for my calendar and my weekly running tasks. This is just a great space where I can jot down all the jobs I need to do but don't need to be accomplished on a specific day, so I can simply tick them off when I get to them. Again, I'm adding in my doodles and those lovely colours, and I am finished. And now it's time for my final flip through. I'm really pleased with how this month turned out. I think it's really cheerful and spring-like, but the designs were really simple too. I loved my January winter trees design, but they did take quite a long time to set up, so these spreads were cute and quick and easy to do. I'm totally in love with the washi tape I used this month. I think it's just so cute and spring-like, and yeah, generally I'm really happy. This theme is making me feel really cheerful, which is what I think you need in the dark months of February. Thank you so much for checking in with my February bullet journal setup. I am very new to YouTube, so if you do like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel or leave a like. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, lovelies!